motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
Two, 1, 2. Microphone check, 1, 2. Microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm hot. Microphone check. I left my phone.
Where is that?
In there. Okay, on the printer. I'm trying to send out messages that we live. We are live. We live. We live. We live. Awakening Podcast is back.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back. Yes, this is your girl, Miss Pam here. Right here in the studio, in our new little studio. We got a new little studio set up here. Yes, we do. We're in the Awakening studio. Ready to get going. Today, I got some stuff to talk about. Some stuff that's been bothering me, been on my heart, and everything. And I brought in a guest to speak about it as well. And I'm ready to talk. So I'm ready to hear some questions. I'm ready to hear. We're going to be talking about gun violence in the city of Milwaukee, in the state of Wisconsin, in the United States. But most important is here in Milwaukee, where I live at, up and down the streets that I drive on and walk on, that my kids walk on, your kids walk on, you walk on, we walk on. It's a lot going on out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, so I do got a special guest. He'll be in the studio shortly. He's already in the house, so I know I ain't gotta wait for him to get here. But yeah. So yeah, I'm still perfecting everything around me, you know, so I can get everything going right. But just wanna highlight that there's just a lot going on. So but yeah, I'm gonna just bring in my guest, you know what I'm saying? Here today, live in the Awakening Studio. We got the one and only Mr. Mike Scrill, Mr. Happy Humble himself, with a message that he's been promoting for the last few years that we need to get a hold to. And that message is
Put down the guns and pick up a hustle.
because at this point, we're losing too many young people, too many people that supposed to be our future, are being our past, just gone. Because, to be honest with you, the generation here is getting older, and we playing ourselves out anyway. But at the same token, if our kids can't even make it through high school, can't graduate from college or attempt to go to college, can't do anything, can't even play on the playground, and they're gone, we burying more kids than we burying adults. So if we burying the kids and the babies before we bury us, then who gonna be left? I want my daughter to live to take care of me when I'm old. I wipe butt. I want her to wipe butt too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. But yeah, we're here to talk about gun violence in our city and across the United States, everywhere. Gun violence is terrible. But here in the United States, I think it's pretty rough. Statistically, they've been talking about Milwaukee a lot, but I've been looking up a lot of stuff and just trying to understand exactly how they put the things down. But I know so far in 2023, it's been 140 homicides in Milwaukee alone. That's just Milwaukee. You see, this is the paper right here. It says Milwaukee homicides. They don't even say Wisconsin homicides. It says Milwaukee homicides. So since 2023 has started, there has been 140 homicides. Hey, that's down from last year at this date and time. It's 34 less, but still, one homicide is too many.
Exactly.
You know, so I just think it's just really sad. And I went through the list. I went through the list and everything. I was looking at it, you know, and I was saying to myself, how how have this affected people and everything? And I'm just looking at the list. When I look at the list right away, it affects me. So yeah, it don't make me happy, you know. It don't make me happy at all. So when I go through this list, I'm looking at these names of these people that were homicide victims in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth person on the list is my nephew. The fifth person on the list is my nephew. That affected me early on in this year. And it still affected me every day. It affects my family every day because we still just we can't gasp that happened to him. So every day, and people, families, and I know it's affecting the family. And as I go through the list, I'm positive I'm gonna cross a couple more names that I know, and it's sad, you know. It's sad and it's a lot, and they're young people. Young people, we're losing back to back. Families losing their children, mothers losing their kids, fathers losing their sons and daughters. You know, and it ain't no respect to a person. It ain't just oh, that boy was bad. You know, you could just be walking down the street and something just could happen because you just walking down the wrong street at the wrong time. That's what it's called at that point. Because no, what it is the wrong person had a gun at the wrong time while you was walking down this street, and it made it tragic for you and your family, you know. And these 140 homicides that don't happen so far this year, they ain't talking about people that were just hurt in gun violence. They ain't seeing injured. So there's probably another 140 more people that's been hurt in gun violence.
In regards to like just being shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just going through this list. It's just looking at these names. It's devastating. It's hurtful. And these are people, family members. These are people, children. These are people, mothers and fathers and cousins and best friends and some everything. It's just this list of names. I think that make it more real too. You know.
Yeah, when they do a killing, it'd be like they imbalance. When you kill one person, you imbalance a whole part of the earth because whole families and friends be affected. Children grow up without their parents, or you know, so it'd be like one killing is really detrimental. So you know,
it is, and it's sad. I'm just going through here, looking at these names, these young people. You know, it's sad. This is just something that, you know, I have seen on in the list. I've seen a couple more people that I know lives that was taken.
What's really sad is like what we call senseless homicides, meaning like it makes no sense. And not saying like no homicide is justifiable or nothing like that, or better than the next, but it's crazy when somebody got to lose their life because of an argument or a frivolous disagreement.
Another person, Ken, he used to work for me. Senseless homicide. And this all this year. We thought 2022 was bad. We was waiting for it to go. 2023 said, I'm coming in and I'm going to teach y'all a better lesson.
It's like people will find, like they'll be really emotional, so to say, like mad or angry, or a situation may occur where they claim to be standing on principles or whatever in regards to why they would kill somebody. But I just try to transition the perception in my head, like, if this person is worth killing, this person is not worth me doing life in prison for. So, you know, like, no matter how mad you get or no matter what the circumstances is, killing that person, you killing yourself, because 9.9 times out of 10, you're going to go to prison. You know, you're going to get caught for it. And that, I'm not saying that to say, like, that's the reason why you shouldn't be killing nobody, but you got to start somewhere. You know, and a lot of people perceptions is different. You know, I get a lot of people when I'm pushing the message, I get a lot of people tell me like, well, I need my gun, like they don't believe in the message or whatever. And I tell them like, I'm not against guns. I'm against what people are choosing to do with guns. And if you implement a hustle, meaning like some type of skills, just implement something, you won't have your mind on killing nobody. You know, it'll be lesser than, and you won't go as far as even thinking of killing nobody for the stuff that they're killing people for. So my thing is, I'm not trying to like save the world or nothing like that. It's just like anytime I have a complaint about something, I try to find a solution, and that's one of the best ones I can come up with right now.
Makes sense. Put down the guns and pick up a hustle. I mean, that's deep. I'm looking to make sure we ain't got no questions. I don't want to miss no questions. Okay. How many that are babies that are getting shot? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to really look through that paper, and I can give you a better breakdown on how many little kids don't got shot.
And that coincides with it as well, meaning like people be so eager to go get a firearm and things of that nature and claim it's for protection. But you know, people are being real careless with these guns, and like we can have a family event and I be tripped out when I see we had a kids party and then other people coming with their guns, they extendos. Like, why did you bring your firearm to this birthday party? Things of that nature. So
a little kid party.
Yeah, it's our mindsets, and then people grab on to the logic of I'm protecting myself. My question is like, who you protecting yourself from? Because the people that's really gonna do some harm to you, they ain't got no guns. If they want to kill you or destroy you, they gonna put some in the air, things of that nature. In regards to protecting, people not going that far into protecting themselves, their families for chemical warfare, things of that nature. So when people claim that they got a firearm for protection, I instantly just look like you got to protect from another. We all understand everybody's people out here reckless or whatever, and you should protect yourself from that. But just to lean on that, it's like you bringing it on yourself, like you want somebody to do something to you or something. So,
yeah, that's deep. That's deep. That's why like I said, I ain't got nothing against guns either. I don't got nothing against guns either. But I do know a person with a gun and not no real direction.
Not either,
but I do know. But they will do stuff that they really shouldn't be doing with them. Yeah. And I'm just being honest. They do stuff that they shouldn't be doing with them. You know, and that's the God's truth. People with guns with no real direction do the wrong thing with the guns. Because just because you talk crazy to me and I got a gun, that means I'm supposed to pull a gun on you.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to shoot you because you talking. Why can't I talk back? Or why can't I just say forget you and walk away?
That's why I tell people guns got a spirit, because it allows people to behave different than they would if they didn't have the gun. You get in a car accident. That's exactly what it is, an accident. Of course, we know there's people out here reckless driving as well, but I'm not talking about them. I'm saying when you get in a car accident, people want to get angry at each other, pull out their guns and stuff. But if they didn't have a firearm, they'll respond different. They'd probably still be angry, but nobody would lose their life behind gun violence. So it's just the things that people choose to do with the guns when they got them.
Exactly. And that's the sad part. How long have you been pushing your message, put the guns down, and pick up a hustle?
I believe probably about 4 years now, because as you know, you helped me make t-shirts and stuff. So as I was making t-shirts, and we was doing RIP t-shirts, and I would get customers that would come in the store. It'd be a group of customers coming to get a RIP shirt for somebody they know. Next thing you know, like next week or something, a person who came to get a shirt, I'll be doing a shirt for them. So it got continuously like that. So as I'm doing these shirts, I'm pressing their pictures on these shirts. I'm seeing how families respond to coming to get shirts, get extravagant custom made shirts, probably for somebody who that person couldn't get $5 from if they was alive. So I'm watching that part. But then as I'm pressing these shirts, I'm starting to see how a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, he dead and gone, ain't coming back. And it was on a continuous basis. I'm making these shirts. So I'm like, it started getting depressing for me. So I'm like, people sporting all these shirts, all this designer clothes and all this type of stuff. Everybody into fashion. How can I spit a message without having to offend anybody else, meaning like protesting, blocking cars, or uh, just saying something and people just verbally shooting me down? I said, man, I'm gonna put it on the shirt and I'm gonna wear it every day. I'm gonna wear it every day and on my hoodies and all that type of stuff. So when I started doing that, all kind of people start giving me praises. Like I can be in factories, anywhere I go, I like that message. So I just continue with it, and I started thinking like, if more people do it, because if you wear something and somebody like it and everybody get to like it and they start wearing it, so I'm like, I'm just gonna push it so we can all be walking billboards, and we ain't telling you what to do or nothing like that. We just pushing the message and hoping that you catch on. So about the past 4 years, I really been, these are the only shirts I've been kind of trying to wear unless it's laundry day or something.
That's a nice sparkly shirt too you got there.
Thanks to Custom Prints by Pam. That's where I get my material from. Yeah.
Twofold. But yeah, my thing I guess would be people. I'll be noticing a lot of stuff all around in the city, different places. Like I watch the news, and I'll be like, when I see something happen, I'll be like, I be wanting to run over there and get on the scene and do something, but I try to respect a lot of stuff. Like I think I even kind of pointed you to some stuff where a couple people was got killed, and I thought that to put the gun down shirt message would be pretty good for that, but it's just like, I don't know. I ain't never really been a person that want to run around with a gun because I'm human too. I'm human too. Because, I got a gun. I get angry too. So I look at it like this. If I could get angry enough that I want to shoot you, I know you can get angry enough to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? Even if I got the control not to shoot you, I can't underestimate what you might do. So just because you got a gun, don't mean you're supposed to shoot me because I say or do something you don't like. If I cut you off in traffic, you don't know what's going on in my head. I could have just got some bad news and I'm just kind of trying to get to where I got to get to, and I made that mistake. Allow me the chance to apologize to you, because if you upset with me because I cut you off in traffic, what, you gonna shoot and kill my baby who's sitting in the car? Miss me, but hit my baby and kill her? Is that justified? Did that make you feel better that, okay, yeah, I shot your baby because you cut me off? Did that make you feel like a superhuman or somebody? It's too much.
And that's a good point, meaning like we gotta think beyond our convenience. Meaning like if you really want to shoot this person or whatever, think beyond your convenience. If that's convenient for you, think beyond that. If you think beyond your convenience and then you cool with the last thought that you got, then so be it. But if you think beyond your convenience, sense is gonna start kicking in, like you just said. Man, I want to shoot this car or whatever. But now I'm thinking beyond my convenience, like, dang, I might hit a kid. So now, is you cool with that? And I'm pretty sure you're gonna be cool with that. So that's gonna eliminate you displaying that behavior. And it even goes back to like we all gotta have accountability to the situation, meaning like we can't be praising people with guns and saying, oh, this is my shooter and this and all that type of stuff, because I know people who praise people with guns, but when they in front of the gun, they whole behavior, they thought process, everything is different.
Right.
It's all cool until you're in front of that gun.
Until you're, but they say it's all shits and giggles, so somebody giggles and shit. But yeah, that's the truth, because you can't take back killing somebody. You can't apologize. You can apologize, but it don't matter. Did you kill somebody? You took somebody's life. You played God in their life, and you took that person's life. That's not, for me. That's not. That's you can't fix that. Now, me and you get into an argument and I slap you, I can come back and apologize for slapping you. You know what I'm saying? I can beg your partners and try to work that situation because I slapped you. But if I take a gun because I'm mad at you and just blow your brains out, that's it. That's all. I might well go and blow mine out too, because I don't ruin my life, your life, Your family life, my family life, everybody that cares about both of us' lives is just ruined.
And if you get like 30 years or over 10 or 20 years for a homicide because of a decision you made, I'm pretty sure within that 5 years or 7 years, you're not going to think that it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? You still got 40 more years to go. That small situation, meaning like right now, it's people that still locked up from stealing and killing, robbing people for what was them coats? Triple fat gooses,
Fat goose, yeah,
Air Jordans, leather coats, certain video games that was out. It's 2023. Somebody who committed a homicide in 98, 87, you can't tell me that they still grateful or that homicide that they committed was justifiable to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say we got to think beyond our convenience. And another main thing for everybody as a whole, we got to have these kind of conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not aware of the consequences, like effectively. Everybody's thinking that they need a gun. They thinking that where we come from, it's a must that they display these type of behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Because we condone a lot of the goofy stuff and the outlooks that people have. So I'm just a firm believer in just having these conversations, other than sitting up talking about violence. Because if we right now sitting up talking about violence, we will be adding to the problem in ways that we be overlooking. We thinking like we not valuable, we not nobody, but we sitting up here talking about violence is going to encourage other people and is going to ensure people who carrying the guns and shooting and killing people like that's the way. So I just try to have these conversations with people so it can help me as well. Because like you said, I'm human. I get angry. People do stuff to me all the time. So I go into my toolbox, tools that I have gathered along this journey. I go in there and grab a tool for the situations, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be in prison. I don't want to take nobody's life. I don't want to imbalance the world. You know what I'm saying? So I believe you got to want to do better too, because some people don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care about their future.
They say they don't care, but let it happen to their family or they roadie that just sit next to them. You don't care. You don't care about me because you don't know nothing about me. Mm-hmm. You don't care about that person because you don't know nothing about them. But if something happened to your homie sitting next to you, that's going to affect you. That's going to affect you. So that's how you have to look at people you don't know. Like it's your homie sitting next to you, because they got a homie too. They got a mama, daddy, kids, family, people that care about and love them too. So if we look at it like that, when we get into these extreme situations, then we'll think twice. We'll think twice about actions. And I'm a firm believer, mothers, aunties, cousins, uncles, if you got young people around you toting guns, they ain't even old enough to have a gun.
I just want to say that.
Toting guns, I would rather put little Johnny ass in DT and let him think about that before little Johnny be sitting in prison and walk on somebody, bitch. Because that's what he gonna be when he shoots somebody and kills somebody.
And that's what I mean by put down the guns and pick up a hustle. People, they quick to defend it, why they need a gun. But I'm saying, most of these people out here with these guns, they don't got nothing going on. So what they say, idle mind. They out here with idle minds, and they're in certain environment where what y'all say, manifesting and speaking into existence, that's what they doing. They speaking of homicide, speaking of robbery into existence. Oh, they got a firearm. Standing outside all day. You watching people go passing cars that you saying they mugging you. So the sun might be in this person's face or anything. Right. But if you had a hustle, if you was doing something, and a hustle, I don't mean, if y'all been following Happy Hustle, y'all already know. Hustling is striving for better ways to provide better days, no matter what you're doing. So if you paint somebody's house, fixing cars, I learned the trade and the craft of printing shirts because I had to figure out something to do. Else I was gonna have too much idle time on my hand and be consuming stuff that will fuel me to have the same mindset as it's okay to hurt people with guns and things of that nature. So I know it wasn't okay. And when you know something ain't okay, don't just be a follower and just keep doing it. Change, you know what I'm saying? Make changes within yourself. So that's what I try to do.
You can be different, because I think I'm different, because people say I'm hard, I'm difficult. I'm argumentative because I'm not a yes ma'am girl. Because if you tell me something, if you tell me the sky pink, and I'm looking at the same sky you looking at, and I don't see no pink over here, all I see is blue and white, and maybe a little gray. No, baby. Maybe the sky through your eyes, something in your eyes is making the sky look pink, but the sky look blue and gray to me over here. It don't look like that. I'm not gonna just agree with you because you said it, and because I want you to be my homie. You know, respect the fact that I have a mind of my own. But I'm serious. I don't have any my little great nieces and nephews coming up now, so they all coming up and getting up age now. But I don't have no nieces and nephews now that walk around with guns and stuff that's underage or nothing like that. And matter of fact, though, I don't none of them don't walk around with no gun around me, no way, because they know that ain't something I like. That ain't something I like. There ain't nothing I'm gonna glorify. I ain't gonna tell you doing good because you got a gun and you're doing this and you're doing that, and people in the world scared of you. No, that ain't what I do with my nieces. I talk real talk to them. Some of them don't even want to talk to me half the time because I'm too real for them. They cut them because I ain't giving them that stuff that they homies giving. You go get that from your homies from Auntie Pam. You're gonna get something different, you know. But do you think that the gun violence impacts a certain group of people more or a certain race more than other races?
It's hard for me to answer that question because I'm only my race.
Okay.
I'm only I can only speak for me and like the people I be around, but I can say that I would kind of say yes in regards of the people who fuel their minds with like negative substances and like they don't value life like other people might value life. So I think that's the impact or the lesser impact because you could talk about gun violence and people be like, I don't care. If somebody do something to me, I'm taking them out. So I just be looking like we got to stop doing stuff and claiming in the name of the person we so-called love because I wouldn't want you to kill nobody. So quit saying that you went to kill this person for me. You know what I'm saying? Say that you did it for yourself. I wouldn't want you to get locked up. I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as we have deaths of some in our family, we instantly lean to the negative side. We give life to the negative thoughts, all that, other than trying to find a different way to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So that in regards to having an impact, once again, people are impacted different when they're in front of the gun or their people is in front of the gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can watch all these deaths and all this type of stuff on TV, but how impactful is it if we ain't doing nothing? So in regards to me being affected in numerous ways by gun violence, the impact is I take this serious. You know what I'm saying? So that's the impact that it had on me. I don't want to get caught with a firearm from the law. I don't want to be in a situation where I have to use a firearm on a human being, especially if I can come back and think of, and reevaluate the situation. So that's how impactful I am. I can speak knowledge or whatever to people, but for the most part, it be for me. So I try to wear this shirt so I can, you know, look down and be like, and like once again, like if I'm angry at somebody or whatever, I look at what I've done, what I'm doing, and what I believe in, and I try to lean on them tools so I don't lean on old thoughts that have me with the gun total mentality, you know.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, my personal thoughts is it does affect um I'm only my race too, light skin. But no, I'm only my race too, and but I do think a lot of I think gun violence is bad in a lot of communities because I'm gonna be honest, in the African American community because I only experience being African American, um, and I've seen stuff in their communities that I thought was really bad. I've never had fear for little kids walking down the alley. I'm talking about little kids, 12 and 13 years old. I'd be like, man, I'm gonna go to my car, watch me out the window, somebody, let me pull off, do this, do that. Because these little kids, they walk around, they got bigger guns than I ever seen. And I don't understand it. I don't know where they getting them from. I don't even know where to go buy a gun illegally. And I'm being honest. I can say this to this one and that one, but I honestly don't know where I can go and buy me a gun illegally. And I want to know where these little kids getting this money from to go buy illegal guns because they're not cheap either. So somebody is dropping the ball because when little Ricky, a little Mikey, and little Johnny, a little Bill, and little Pookie, when they get fucked up by somebody, a real grown killer, because all they doing is talking, because all they know is what they hear. But when somebody kill them about their stuff, or kill them because they trying to think they can do something to somebody else about their stuff or whatever, and they gone now. He was a straight A student, and he was just coming from church with a 9mm with an extendo clip and a beamer on it.
Yeah, well, it's good. She said with a beamer.
You know what I mean? The little beamer lights.
I know plenty of people gonna laugh like she said a beamer.
Y'all better leave me alone. Y'all know I told y'all I ain't gotta talk proper here. I ain't trying to be proper. No. But yeah, it's the truth. And I've seen this. Young people, like, where did you get that gun from? Where did you get that gun from? You know, and that's kind of burning me up. Let's see, I can see a message on here, a question on here. If the shooters have no control over the shooters, they have no control over who they kill. Why are we dying at a high rate, but will call a white 90-pound officer, sir? Okay, Miss Sheila. I hear you. It's terrible. It's terrible. She said they'll call a white 90-pound officer, sir. And they go around here. The shooter don't have no control over who they shooting, who they kill. And that's why we are dying at a high rate. But we're still, when them officers pull up, little 90-pound officer, you talking about something. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That toughness went away. You're right. So yeah, that's yeah. But yeah, that's deep, Miss Sheila. I agree with you. Because I think we got it twisted. We got it twisted. That's the bottom line. And we gotta value something. If we ain't gonna stand for something, go sit down in the corner somewhere. Because I'm serious. Little Pookie, little Reggie, Junebug, all the rest of them. They better put them guns down. Get away from them guns because they're not learning. And they're not learning. It's just, so how do you think a person feel when they run, get help, and the help get life for their life? I don't know how that person could feel because see, you ain't finna come get me to just put me in the middle of no war. So I can't tell you how that person might feel. I'm not saying I never did it before. I never jumped up and ran for my family. But at the rate this time now, in the mindset that I have today, I'm not jumping up and running to nobody else's fight. Especially when I don't know what's going on or what's going on. I'm going to try to talk to that person that came to me. If you came to me, you don't left the fight. The fight over with. Let's figure out why that fight happened. Let me help you digest that situation. Versus me saying, okay, yeah, let me get my gun and get my homies and let's go over here and shoot their house up. No, that's not the answer. Because that's not, I don't even know why this fight started. You could have started that fight. You could have went and slapped Pookie's little sister because she didn't want to give you her phone number. Now you want me to go there and shoot up Pookie mama house and kill his grandmama. No, I'm not doing that. I love my family, and everybody know I love my family. I love them too much sometimes, and they know it. But at the same token, you're not sending me to prison for life for some bull crap, and you're not going to send me somewhere to go get killed on some bull crap. Because no.
That question, I'm familiar with that.
Okay.
We used to get in trouble, and well, get into it with people, and we'll call other people. And I had witnessed that. I had called a loved one, and the person didn't get killed, but my loved one ended up getting caught for the situation. Now we sitting in court, and I was looking like, man, he in court for something he ain't had nothing to do. He was protecting his family. What type of reward is this right now? You know what I'm saying? So once again, that experience helped me put a tool in my toolbox to start thinking beyond my convenience. Like you said, if a situation go down, before I get to calling my people, I need to see, try to correct the situation, things of that nature. So it's our mindset and what people call and consider to be the culture, the thing to do in the hood. So it's like just transition the narrative that we been carrying out in the hood as a way of living. Whatever been going on, that is what it is. We talking about today. What we gonna do today?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we already aware that people call their people. We're aware that young people got guns. What we gonna do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So what we gonna do?
I try to a lot of these active individuals in these hoods and stuff, I converse with them. I try to see where their mind's at. I don't offend. In regards to doing that, like that path ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be aware of the language that they speaking. So once again, you don't offend, and be able to have the impact. Meaning, like you got to be able to speak their language, things of that nature. So certain situations I've been blessed because I can get irritated by ignorance or the way they thinking as well, but I believe God be putting me in certain situations to serve a purpose, as well as you with the Awakening podcast, with all the things that you do. God put us in situations so we can encounter certain people, and life is a test. So we might feel or believe that, well, this ain't my issue, or I don't live over there. If it cross your eyes, it got something to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with somebody else. If you able to see the wrong in somebody, it's like time to implement like if you've been doing right and you able to see the wrong in this person, then implement some of that rightness up in you into this person. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about changing the world.
Right.
Just do your part. And that's what I do. I just try to do my part. I ain't trying to save no world. I'm not an activist. I'm not none of that. I just do what I can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's deep. And you can't save the world. No one person can save the world. Like you only can impact your immediate environment and the people that may come to you for whatever reason they may come to you. And that may not be for gun violence. It may be for something else. It may be because they trying to make some money.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a living without breaking the law.
I had numerous people who've been victims of gun violence, meaning like they family get killed, and they instantly their mind is on like negative stuff, retaliation. So, and that's a fragile situation to try to deter somebody from thinking about killing because they people just lost their life. But God be with me in certain situations, so I try to deter their thinking. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell them that they worth it. And then the main thing that I always, because I emphasize, anything I tell somebody else is what I use for myself. But one of the main things is, ain't nobody that's worth killing, worth doing life in prison for. If I hate you so much and I want you to die, why am I go to prison for it? You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about that. Like we can justify in our head, like, no, this nigga got to die. They killed my people.
But this is a thing too, though. People like that's real hard on that kind of stuff. A lot of them ain't never been to prison before.
Exactly, man. Somebody told me they was like, they ain't gonna do nothing but give me 20 years. I said, you did 20 years before? I said, man, but once again, people just talk irrational off feelings and stuff. And a lot of people will be grateful if you pull a coattail on some, wisdom and substance. People come back and thank you, like, man, you saved my life because I really was finna go do that. So it's all about love and respect, really, because people will try to justify why they need a gun or things, or people say, put down the guns and fight like a man. No, because if you hit me too hard, I think I'm gonna want to knock your noodles out. So put down the guns and have respect. We shouldn't be putting our hands on nobody anyway. Right. You know what I'm saying? See, people say that because it be justifiable for them. You say, fight like a man. 9.9 times out of 10, that's because you believe you can whoop this person. You know what I'm saying? So that means that it's justifiable for the person with the gun. You can't pick and choose how somebody else fight their battles, or you can't put the turns. You can't adjust nobody else's volume. You can only adjust your volume. So I choose to lead by example. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in a situation where I would usually go get a gun, I try to lead by example and go in this toolbox and show some love, comprehend myself, you know, things that I just try to lead by example. You know, there's been times where I done slipped up and got real angry and wanted to hurt people, whatever. But I believe that's when God stepped into my life and give me time to ride and think and things of that nature. People will shine off wisdom when you're giving it to them. Like, while you trying to talk to them, no, I want to be angry. So it's like, man, that'd be the crazy part right there, when they just want to be angry and they want to do something that, you know, that, like you said, they really ain't ready to do that. You know what I'm saying? So,
and just I was thinking, somebody had asked a question. I think Ms. Nash had asked a question about how many little kids, you know. But as I was looking at the statistics. It was saying between the ages of 0 and 9 is 1% of the shootings was kids between 0 and 9. Between 10 and 17, 13% of the people that was killed were between the ages of 10 and 17. 18 and 29, 39%. Between 30 and 39, 20%. 40 and 49, 16%. And 50 plus 11%. That's out of the 140 homicides between January 1st and the 25th of September. So that's kind of deep. And then and then out of all the deaths between the 1st of January and the 25th of September, 89% of the people that died in any case at all, they got abused, arson, beaten, other, shot, stabbed. 89% of them was shot. 89% of the people was shot. So yeah, that's deep. The race, 79% of the people that were shot and killed was Black. That'll tell you right there. 85% of the people that were shot and killed was males. And charges filed in cases of homicides and shootings, only 35 or 33% of them charges was filed. So of 140 deaths, only 33% of the people that killed somebody been charged. Because you might get away with it in your head or from the police, but you're not going to get away with it through your head, because it's another torture that's going to get you for that anyway. I just don't believe that people are walking around here and it ain't bothering them. You got to be nothing but the devil if you walk around here taking people's lives and shoot innocent people. You might think you justified for shooting Lil John because Lil John did something to you and this, that, and the other. You justifying why you did that. But if you mess around and kill Lil Sally, who ain't had nothing to do with that, or Lil Tina, or Lil Marie, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's baby, because you ain't even man enough to go shoot John. You shoot up in John now, the house you think John in, because it might not even be his house then either. And now you don't kill somebody's grandmama and somebody's little baby because of what you did. So if you're that heartless, prison ain't for you. You know, you should be in a mass shooting yourself at that point. But it says please ask him they control their anger will others cultures, but please
how to
ask
control
him.
their anger with other cultures but ours. We'll watch the police beat one of us to death and the shooters stand idle and do nothing? How are they in control then, but not when I step on their shoes? Help me know.
Yeah.
I believe that comes from the perceptions that we live by, the stuff that we choose to put in our head, like music. And once again, we all have to hold accountability to this situation because it ain't just about guns. Stuff start way before the guns. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you should take it in your hands to discipline somebody, only thing you're missing is the firearm. And some people be so scared or don't want to fight when they deal with certain situations, they go straight to the gun. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about love and respect. If we start exercising love and respect, not picking and choosing when you want to hate on something, whether you think it's small or big, what you may believe be small is big to somebody else. Yeah. So if we keep that, if we be considerate of other people, it eliminate a lot of this gun violence. So like me personally, I don't like to just lean on the shooter. I don't like to press on just the shooter because he only the shooter when that situation occurs. But you got hatred going on all throughout the day. I watch people hate on people, all they missing is a firearm. You know what I'm saying? I watch people kill people verbally. But if you don't value that, but you only value when somebody takes somebody's life, we got to value life, period. While we living here, we got to breathe life. We got to love each other. We got to respect each other. Because shooting and killing somebody, that makes no sense in the world. So why we embrace that, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You taking a life, you don't get nothing from it. Taking a life, you don't get nothing from it. You know what I'm saying? You might trick yourself. And once again, you might trick yourself into believing that if you take a life, it's going to do something. But it ain't going to do nothing. It can only get worse for you or whatever. And some people may say, you know, you had a certain people that when you say something, well, I ain't like this. Well, man, if you don't agree with it, if it don't relate to it, I ain't talking about you. I can only talk about my experiences, what I can relate to, and the people that I be around. You know what I'm saying? If you change your outlook, you know what I'm saying? Like put down the guns and pick up a hustle. If you be so eager to start your own business, other than going to get a firearm, that's a start. You got people want to go get a firearm, but then want to go work at Taco Bell. Like, no, use your creativity and spread it on this earth. Put some of that energy you got into doing something other than going to live somebody else's dream. They say, well, everybody ain't going to be an entrepreneur. Well, man, listen, there need to be more. Everybody ain't got to be one. But these people running around with these guns got to be something other than what they choosing to be. The music we listen to, the stuff that we watch, whatever you put in your body is going to come out. Whatever you put in your body is going to come out. And I'm a firm believer, and I'm a witness of it. Whatever I put in my body, you know what I'm saying? We got to take responsibility for it because we don't be mad at so-and-so when our family members or our guys, when they toting the guns, you know what I'm saying? Right. And when I see my people with a gun, all I be looking like, dang, he got potential to go do life in prison at any given moment. Mm-hmm. Dang, he got potential to get killed at any given moment. You got that firearm on you.
That's sad.
You got that firearm on you. And once, like, people be like, well, there's other stuff going on. Man, listen, check this out. Once again, I'm playing my part. I'm not sitting watching the game and telling the players how to move on the field. I'm out here on the field with them because that's how much it affects me. And I've been impacted by being a gun toter, gun user, doing time for guns, all type of stuff. So it ain't worth it. You can find something else to do. So that's why I just grab onto hustle. Man, pick you up a hustle. If somebody else got something for you to do, then do that. But we got to quit tricking off our lives, man, because you're not protecting yourself. And once again, they came out with the CCW thing. From the moment I seen it, I was like, oh, our people fell for the trap because you wasn't thinking about protecting your car with a firearm 2 years ago, 3 years. All these people who wasn't thinking about toting a firearm, as soon as they came out and gave y'all permission to tote one, now y'all got a gun. Now, when you ask where people get some of them guns from, that's where they getting them from. They stealing them. Now we got more guns out here. Now we got people with CCWs who don't even know how to control their emotions. They got a firearm. but it's a part of the setup, and that's what people don't pay attention to. A lot of this stuff is set up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's we can't fall into these setups, y'all. And if you're gonna fall into a setup, fall into one that's gonna set you up to a good situation. That's what I do. I try to transition my energy. I live that thought process, man. The thugging, and I'm talking about, man, in depth with it. It ain't worth it. I'm looking at people who killed somebody yesterday. Now they pictures on TV. They facing life. 2 days ago, you wasn't facing life in prison. But now you facing life in prison because of somebody you didn't like. It'll make no sense, man. Now your kids gotta be fatherless, motherless, your family, even with people getting themselves in at nighttime. I see people out here causing situations. I'll be like, dang, this person about to get killed. And they family is somewhere asleep, don't even know what this person out here doing. It's a lot of that at nighttime. I'm talking about young people. I'd be like, why are they still out here at the gas station talking reckless to people? It's all kind of stuff. So once again, man, it's about accountability. We ain't tripping off spilled milk or like what people have already been doing. Once we know what they're doing, that's the issue that we can work with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people build anger and hate in themselves to where they just look past these people. Like, oh, that's a worthless life. Nobody's life is worthless. Everybody's life is valuable. A lot of people are making choices because they're not aware of. A lot of people are making choices because they're not aware of. And a lot of people are killing people because they just need a hug. Mm-hmm. We ain't talking about no typical I love you. I'm talking about, man, once people know somebody love them, it changed. When I was just down on Atkinson, I encountered with so many people that it was crazy. I'm like, all they needed was some love or somebody to like genuinely show them that they love them, that they means. If you don't feel like you mean nothing to nobody, that's how you're gonna live. Trust me. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people can't relate to that. But if you feel like you nobody to everybody, you ain't gonna care about nobody on my life. So it's deeper than we can talk about people who kill them. We can talk about them guns, but it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying?
We need to figure out how to heal our young people and help them understand the permanency of death and the permanency of a life sentence in jail. Because right now they're not playing. Mm-hmm. They're not playing. A life sentence now, you know, we're seeing 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. But we're seeing that now. But at the same token, 20, 30 years now is it's life without possibility of parole. So you got a permanent bed sitting somewhere. A permanent bed.
And it's a whole lot that come with prison that people do not talk about. We talking about standing count. We talking about you're never gonna get a delicious hamburger ever again unless you pull a certain kind of move. But we talking about the typical people. You're never gonna sleep on a comfortable bed ever again. You're gonna sleep on a bunk bed like a kid, and it ain't a bunk bed with a mattress. It's a mat.
Big piece of plastic.
Man, like that ain't living.
It's definitely not.
It's not living, man. You eating dinner at 4:30.
And that's it.
And that's what they call dinner. We talking about some slop that you wouldn't even feed your dog.
Exactly.
Like that's not living. You too valuable. You too valuable, and a lot of people think they not. That's why we got to lead by examples. You know what I'm saying? Spread the wisdom. Spread the wisdom like we spread the negativity. Spread it because people don't know. But if gun violence is that serious to everybody, we'll do more than just talking about it. You know, once again, like I said earlier, a lot of people be just sitting in their chair like they watching a football game. Hey, run that way. Man, you should have tackled him. It's easy to do it from this chair. Get on that field with them. Get on that field with them. So that's what I try to do. Other than sitting back complaining about gun violence, I try to do my part. I try to interact with these cats, show them that it's love, show them that I've been there, show them that I can be there. Every day, it's a fear that I might get killed or go to prison. And everybody don't wake up living with that thought on their mind. So a lot of stuff is misunderstood because a lot of people wake up different. We got different circumstances, you know, so we got to, once again, be considerate. Be considerate, show love, and show respect. That's a start. Now, that ain't the cure to everything, but that's a start.
But that's a big start because the thing about it is, you know, and even a lot of young people, I've heard young people be so disrespectful to adults, and even their own parents sometimes.
Mhm.
I heard a kid told their parent, "You got to, in order to give respect, you got to give respect."
A lot of stuff is trained behaviors, though. You know what I'm saying?
I got scared when I heard that kid
How
tell
many
his
people
parent
watch
to
Love and Hip Hop? How many people watching this stuff that's on TV? You know what I'm saying? If they uncles and they aunties is not fueling wisdom into them, you got the internet that's raising people. So when I don't even like condemning young people because I see some old people acting ignorant. Every time I condemn a young person, I see some old people acting ignorant. So it's not about a young or old thing. It's about what we are instilling. What the individual. What are you doing on this earth to instill? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to do. Like I just try to instill and I try to work on myself because it's not a young thing. It ain't an old thing. It's trained behaviors. Whether somebody is lacking, educating or leading by example on some positive stuff, and this person got to follow it on their own. So if ain't nobody teaching me respect or none of that, I still got to breathe and live out here. So now I'm gonna pick up on traits. Nobody now I'm picking up on bad traits to where nobody want to talk to me. So now it's on. I'm picking up this mentality. So that's why I say we all got a part to play other than turn our heads. We can keep blaming people, but that ain't. Hey, listen. I always try to seek a solution, man. If it ain't working, I ain't working with it. I don't care how much it feel good. I don't care how much me saying I don't know what's going on. That's not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can do in this world to find out what's going on. And if you choose not to, then don't complain about what's going on. So I complain about it. So I try to. It's rough. Trust me, it's rough. It ain't no easy fight. But I ain't finna sit up here and say I love y'all without going through the fight. I can't say I love people. I can't say that gun violence is impacting me if I'm not doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to do what I do, and I praise the people and connect with people that's doing like-minded things because that's where it started. It ain't about no guns, y'all. Mm-hmm. It started at little kids being disrespectful. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's where it started. It started us thinking that we can beat our kids and that be discipline. You know what I'm saying? I was a firm believer if you beat your kids or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's a way. But if it ain't working, don't work with it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because these kids is on some new behavior type things these days.
I be spooked at nighttime.
Yeah. I think I
had an incident. I was pouring into a young guy on some positive stuff. Mm-hmm. The man got the shaking away from me, said he didn't want to hear it, and he said, I'm finna come back and pop you. I said, whoa. But what I'm saying is, in a lot of these situations, I'll be learning too. I spoke with some young people for the earn to learn. While I'm up there speaking, they giving me their perspective. I can try to force my perspective on them, but it ain't gonna have an impact. So to live is to be learning anyway. So that's one tool that I pick up on. I don't know everything. So, and in this journey that I'm on, it's rough. So when it was almost ridiculing me about the stuff I'm trying to tell them. So I had to soak it up. You know what I'm saying? But once again, like the young guy who told me he was gonna blow my brains out, I kept trying to warn him. Like, dog, this ain't that. Chill out. I'm just trying to help you. But he kept saying that. He got me into my old mentality because he talking about taking my life. So I was like, man, it's gonna be him before it be me. So I got on that, but I ended up taking a ride, and I really got on that. This is a thing for whether young, old, or whatever. It's certain mentalities, man. All mentalities ain't the same. So when I say I got on that, I really got on that. Like I feel protect my life for the future, so I'll never have to run into this young cat. You know, that's where my mind was at. But as a gambler, we all are gamblers when we wake up. Whether we choose to lack responsibilities, whatever we do in life, we gamble. So I said, I'm gonna take this gamble. I'm gonna think rational. And the gamble that I'm gonna take is when I see that young guy, I'm still gonna present love and let him know where I was coming from. Because I also learned that love conquers all, no matter how foreign it feel, no matter how real or fake that it feel. My experiences have been showing me that love do conquer all. So my gamble was, man, I hope little dude when he see me and I try to talk to him, he still don't blow my top off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But how God worked, he ran into some people that I know or whatever. And I guess he was amped up trying to go get some guns from these people. And he told them what he was finna do or whatever. And God stepped in, you know, the people knew me or whatever. And they was like, man, Scrill don't mean nothing but good for you, dog. Especially he didn't pop you when you said he's gonna pop him. This didn't happen and that didn't happen. Man, that boy got love for you. So God did his work on that. I just had to exercise my part because once again, I'm thinking, my mentality was, man, protect your life because he already gone. You can't speak no positive into him, Scrill. That was the devil trying to get an old mentality in me to surface. You know what I'm saying? And if life's so great and all this type of stuff, you got to expect challenges. So that's another tool I tell myself. But people got some messed up mindsets out here, and it's due to. And I end up doing a research on his history. What he was going through. Almost wasn't something that he was talking about killing me. You know what I'm saying? He going through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Family and all that. So that's another thing. We gotta be considerate.
Yeah, that's what I say. You never know what somebody driving down the street might be thinking or going on, what just happened in that person's life, or what. If they made a mistake and cut you off, or they didn't drive fast enough so you can get around. You don't know what that person's going through. So
this question right
here. Yeah, I want you to see that question.
Check this out. I don't like answering questions like that. I don't like asking questions like that because I would pray that my child wouldn't get in that situation. I would pray that if my child did get in that situation, see, this is the type of stuff that manifests. Well, if somebody do it to me, I'll do this. You're already manifesting that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, based upon this our experience, no doubt. But I would love to give a positive answer to that. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to give a positive answer and be real with it. You know what I'm saying? But since I can't, I don't even want to cross that. If I would hope don't know, but my child don't get no gun every day. My kids getting older. When I see something on the news, I'm always thinking I'm finna see my kid pop up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how far I don't even want to go in depth even answering that type of question. It haven't happened to me, so I don't. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that it don't happen. Forget if it does, because another thing is, I know people say a lot of things, what they would do if their child was in certain situations. I've been going through situations with my children where you don't want to lean on what you said you would do. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I get placed in them situations where I be like, dang, it's the same situation. Somebody said they'll do this and woo woo. And now I'm in this situation I should do.
Sit down.
But you find out it ain't fit for that situation. Right. I mean, I asked you that question. How would you answer? Would you go shoot him? If your child got into, you know, would you disregard of what was my child doing?
Right.
For this person you know what I'm saying? We got people out here stealing. It's a lot of kids out here stealing because their parents ain't on. Parents don't discipline. It's a lot of stuff going on. So, like, I just don't like to stimulate those type of thoughts into actions. You know what I'm saying? I pray that my child don't get. That's what I'm trying to. That's what. This is what I'm doing right now to eliminate my child from being in those situations. And if they do, then that's life. But right now, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing to eliminate it.
So I'm gonna answer that question though, because a part of me would want to react to that situation, but another part of me is going to react to the part that if my child made it home and something happened to them, I'm gonna be happy that they're not harmed. But now I do have to, as a parent, I gotta think. I gotta get to the bottom of why my child was being shot at, or somebody put a gun on my child, or what actions did my child take in that situation. So it's exactly kind of what you said. I hope my child never get into a situation like this either. But I'm not gonna go back out here. It's just like if my cousin Wookie them called me. At one time, I would have jumped up and ran, but today I'm not.
Like similar to that, this is what I be trying to tell people. The same energy we put into that, what is we putting into avoiding it?
Exactly.
Is we teaching our kids, is we implementing substance, within ourselves so we can spread it to our kids. Because I watch families don't share energy and loving, but soon some drama go down. Oh, this my cousin, this my favorite, woo. Like, dang, you ain't had that same energy when they was moving though. You ain't come help them move though. But you can help them kill, but you won't help them build. And that's a problem in our community. You know what I'm saying? We all rah-rah until we in front of the gun. or till the situation is on us. Then it ain't worth it. So what I try to do is I just try to be fair about the situation within myself. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we got to change the narrative because people in our neighborhoods are living behind some effed up narratives.
Yeah.
If somebody do this to my people, I'm gonna dog, you ain't making no sense. You're only making sense to yourself. And that's nonsense. Some people believe nonsense is sense. You know what I'm saying? Some people, like, I used to claim to be a gangster. I claim to be a man. I told myself, hold on, dog. What type of gangster keeps sitting in a can in a small cell? What type of man keeps sitting himself in front of this eagle with these people that can dictate when he gonna get out of jail? I said, Scrill, you can't keep claiming you know man, you know gangster, none of that, dog. And you keep placing yourself in these certain situations. You can't take on these challenges of really being a parent, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So before I try to present it to anybody, I try to be the man for myself. I try to be the best dad for myself. I ain't finna do no acting into acting, act like I got love for you, but the only time you can call on me is for some drama. So another thing is, man, we gotta get it right. Once again, it start way before them guns and way before the people with the guns. What are we doing?
Exactly.
We valuable, y'all. Y'all think y'all ain't valuable. Y'all having an impact on people for real. And another thing, the truth hurts. You know what I'm saying? The truth hurts. So don't focus on the pain, just focus on the truth. Knowing that it's the truth. Other than focusing on the pain gonna make you disregard what's being said to you. The pain gonna make you respond different. Just focus on the truth is being said to you and work with that.
Exactly. And that's deep. That's deep. I guess I'd be thinking about like even like the stuff that goes on from day to day in the neighborhoods and stuff like that. Like how often do you think people contemplate or have like some of these like mass shootings? What do you think about the mass shootings? What like when somebody just you just so angry with a group of people, you want to blame everybody for what's not going right in your world. How often do you think that? Let's say like this. My question is not how often it happens because we can go and get a recording of how often it happens and how much it happens. How often you think it happens, but it don't happen? Like
a lot.
I don't kill a lot of people. I don't kill a lot of people in my head. It's a lot of y'all dead as hell, messing around in my head. I don't kill y'all.
I'm a mass murderer.
Over and over, I brought you back, killed you 4 or 5 times. Yep. I am the essence of evil. I don't cut you up, everything. I don't did everything to people in my head. How often do you think people get in that position where they think that, and maybe they don't have access to a gun, so maybe that's why they didn't do it. But how often do you think that really that happens in life?
I believe it happens all the time because just like me and you agree that we mass murderers in our heads, but you know, the saying is like, it's cool to get angry, you just don't act on it. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of people get angry, they don't have the tools in that toolbox to grab on it. You know what I'm saying? Because of what we've been trying to do. Yeah. What we've been trying to do and the lack of training we have in regards to thinking and using our heads. You know, once again, what you put in you is gonna come out. So if you're not putting no wisdom in you, ain't no wisdom gonna come out when you need it. Right. You know, people pray for strength. But then when you're going through a tough situation, you're talking about some why God. Hey, God, why you make this happen? Hold on, man. You pray for strength. The pain and hardships is going to happen anyway. Now, utilize your strength. Utilize what you got to make it through. You know what I'm saying? So in regards to killing people in our head, that comes from whether you feeling like you're not loved, whether you feel like you don't got nobody, you tired of being played by everybody. But those are challenges that we're going to face. So most of us, everybody lives in their head. Before you say something, you think about it. Before you do something, you think about it. Probably not as in depth, but we all live in our head. You know what I'm saying? You can say, I don't talk to this person because I thought they didn't like me. What did you thought that in your head? So we live in our head. So before I respond out here, once again, I try to think beyond my convenience. My convenience is hating you. Oh, I can hate you. But I got to think, if I go beyond my convenience, dang, hating this person, and now I'm using up energy in a negative thing. Man, this person could probably help me in life. Ooh. So I think beyond my convenience. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about me. It's about everybody else. So I just try to think.
That's funny because you answered my you kind of answered or touched on the question that I was gonna just ask you, because I was just thinking, how many times have you just feel like you may have even stepped on a person or kicked a person that you had to turn around and need and need?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on once. I'm gonna bring this person live on my podcast. Hello, Mr. Buchanan.
What's going on, sister?
I'm doing the live broadcast right now on my podcast. So now that since you called me, now I'm putting you on the spot. You on here. We're talking about gun violence.
Gun violence.
Yes, we are. Say hello to the city of Milwaukee, your home state.
Say that again.
I said, say hello to your home state, Milwaukee.
Well, what's going on, Milltown? Kevin Buchanan. So I'm on live with you this evening. I seen your promo earlier that you was going to be talking about gun violence. So
Yes.
What conversation piece did I hop in on?
Well, we're just basically talking about young people, guns, where it's kind of started. It ain't just a gun. It started in other places, and how do we stop it? The police ain't gonna stop it. Police can't stop. We need to nip it in the butt before we get to the police. We need to figure out, what we doing here.
It's not just, I'm gonna let you know, even though Milwaukee is being just bombarded with gun violence is touching everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, here in Atlanta, we're doing certain little situations to try to pull together to see. But the main thing is we got to bring the village back.
Right.
There is no village once again, where individuals coming up within our day, our communities looked out for each other.
Right.
If we saw individuals walking down the street doing whatever, us as elders were able to say something to the young people and somewhat correct them. Nowadays, if you say something to somebody's child, whether they're right or whether they're wrong, you got their mama, you got their daddy coming at you, because they always nowadays take the child side. There's two sides to every story. But if mama and daddy gonna always support the child side, no matter what, it's still going to continue to escalate.
Yeah.
At some point, we got to assemble the village back. Because if you look, with us coming up, we had big mamas.
Yes,
big mama now is how old, Pam?
33.
Realistically.
33.
So big mama hanging with the daughter in the club.
Exactly.
Big mama, so we got to get back to the morals of our community.
Right.
A lot of that plays a big part. Social media, a lot of that plays big part. People say that the entertainment and the rap community doesn't play a part. It does. The video games, you got certain individuals, and I realistically talk to young people, they be trying to live out these video games. You got one life. You don't have 9 lives.
Exactly.
But then you mix it with the drugs. The drugs, when was it ever cool to be a junkie? It was.
Oh my God.
It was never cool to be a junkie. What you did, if you did, you indulged in the comforts of your own. But what do they got now? They literally, the rap artists, they popping mollies, we sweat. We doing this with it. They glorifying being a dope fiend.
Yes, they are. They sit outside and everybody getting high together on the porch.
When you go to studio sessions, young people, however, they can't get in a studio session, just go in there and show your craft. You got to be hennied up. You got to be blunted up. You got to be peeled up. No, it was never cool to be a junkie. So all of those puzzle pieces, and the majority of them planted where? Right in the Black community and brown communities.
Yeah.
So the only way we gonna grasp back is we got to get our villages back. But if the villages dismantle, a lot of these young people are forced to take care of their own self at a very young age.
Very young
You got
age.
certain individuals that they 15 taking care of their sister, their little brother at 15, 13 years old. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, it is.
So we got to get the community back.
Right.
We got to get the big mamas.
Right.
With big mama, but somewhere we got to instill in our people, stop homicide, stop genocide. We got to stop. But it's only going to come if we get from the head up. Because like you said, the cops ain't going to do it.
Mm-mm.
The white community, you have some of them that stand with us that's low income to this, but on a wide scale, even looking at them when it comes to gun violence, they going to get a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Same guy, black, same dude, they going to get a pass.
Mm-hmm.
So my best observation, and I'm going to say, is it's got to start at home. It's got to start. We can't keep letting the streets raise our kids.
And that's the truth. And that's kind of something I mentioned, I kind of touched on earlier in the conversation when I was saying that I'm not going to let my little nieces and nephews walk around with pistols and guns in their pocket and they ain't old enough to have them.
And that's another thing. You know, it's an attack of the enemy. If you look, open carry, open conceal, however they do this open thing. I know here in Georgia, it's literally open. You can roll with a pistol right on your hip.
Yeah, that's that legally. CCW here, too.
Legally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a trick of the enemy that came here in Georgia, now you no longer have to have a permit for the gun.
Oh, Lord.
You can just purchase a gun. Once again, long as you're not a felon, long as you're young, you can just walk right out. Before, there was a grace period. You at least had to wait 2 days. If you riled up, you run in the gun store, you ain't just finna buy a gun, rock out, and go kill somebody.
Right.
Nowadays, they don't even wait 24 hours. If you good, you can come right on out with your pistol. No. But once again, a lot of those, our people don't go to a lot of these city meetings. A lot of these laws that be passed be right on the books, but nobody goes down here. The white people be there. We don't be there. And that's here in Georgia too.
Right.
And now I do understand, I believe Milwaukee has a black mayor now.
Yep. Yep, we do.
You know, it starts in those positions, and I applaud it. And one other thing that Milwaukee still has, what they call them councilmen here, well, aldermen. Mm-hmm. Aldermen was the first line of defense in your own neighborhood. Right. If you look at Commander Michael McGee, where was his headquarters? In the hood, in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
We need individuals like that to still be in our community, to keep our community. That's the only way. You know, Milwaukee is home for me, born and bred. And I had said a couple years ago, individuals, I hear all this, I will still never allow where I was born and raised to be afraid to roll the streets. No, not gonna happen. But the only way, we got to take our communities back.
Yeah.
But we need perfect leaders within our community. We can't have somebody leading us because they just getting a check and ain't doing nothing else behind the scenes.
Exactly. And we also gotta, and I hate to say it, a lot of the mothers, like you said, grandma and the daughters and the kids is hanging in the club together because they that age, they in that same age bracket. Right. So we have to teach the younger mothers how to be mothers instead of trying to be buddies to their kids. You know,
men, how to be fathers.
Exactly.
You got some individuals been a father at age 14, age 15, still a kid themselves.
Yeah.
Now they grown, still don't understand the proper way to be a dad.
Well, they're 28 and their kid's 14.
Just, and, you know, Milwaukee is real bad. And there's a lot of entities. When we was coming up, we didn't have all of these little, but they glorified everything nowadays. There's a party for everything, no matter what day. And Miss Pam, you in the t-shirt business. There's a party for everything.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I talk a little smack, you know, about it because it's like, okay, It's a I'm gonna get pregnant party. It's a we're gonna figure out what the baby is party. Then it's the baby shower, you know, and then we do the shirts for the memorial shirts. Then we do the shirt for their birthday they're coming up. Then we do the shirt for the memorial of the shirts. You know, and it goes on and on and on. I'm not saying people shouldn't recognize their people after they passed on and keep their names and spirits alive, but we have to find a way to do it that's going to be more positive and productive, because I've done RIP shirts that I sometimes don't want to do, because you got this person that just died from getting shot, but you got them standing on a picture with a gun pointing at the camera. But you want me to put this picture on this shirt. This person just got their brain blowed out. They dead. They ain't coming back. But you want the same gun they probably had the day they got shot. You want me to put that picture on the shirt for you. And you don't understand that. But you still, I don't know.
And see, that's one thing we have to get back to more. You know, one thing that really hurt me and young people that are dying in abundance. It's not just young people, it's old people. But one thing, even in the churches, we've just lost total respect. You go to a young person's funeral nowadays, you walk in there, what you smell? You don't smell nothing but weed in the church.
Yep.
It's a session. They out with a bottle and the blunt on the vineyard of the church.
Yeah. That's what they do.
Pastors, a lot of them, they be scared to preach. You know, that's when they wonder why they don't open the doors to their church for funeral. No. You know, certain things just go against the grain. But if you were never taught that was disrespectful to the Lord's house, you're going to do it.
Exactly. And it's a sad
But I ain't
thing.
going to take up too much time. I need you to get a hold to me, because I actually need you to print some tickets for me for an event that I have coming up here in Atlanta.
Okay, I got you.
So when you get some time, give me a jingle.
Okay, I will, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for your input. We
love.
appreciate you. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
That's Mr. Kevin Buchanan, y'all, coming out of Atlanta right now. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Yep. So even though he don't live here no more, we still do business together. We still converse. So that just to show you, and he still care about the city that he was born and raised in. You know, and he's right. And I guess that is part of, like I said, it kind of goes with the part what I was saying. My niece and nephew walk around with guns. I'd rather see you go to DT for carrying a gun or trying to carry a gun than for you to go to jail for the rest of your life for murder. You know, because if I can't stop you from carrying it, then somebody got to stop you from carrying it. Your mama, my sister, my brother, whoever can't stop you from doing that, then somebody's got to stop you from doing it. And it's a sad situation. It's a sad situation. The gun violence is just terrible. It's terrible, and we just, I don't know. I don't even know how to react to it at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how to react to what needs to be done at certain points, because we need to take in these young kids, and we need to teach the parents that are parents now, even though you're younger and your kids are getting a little older. You younger, you got to teach your kids the way grandmama taught kids. You got to teach them to respect the next door neighbor, because that next door neighbor might be the person that saved your kid's life. Just the other day by my house, little boy been causing havoc up and down the block. I get a call saying he got shot right there on the corner. But he went around, you know, doing stuff he ain't got no business doing, and the person caught up with him and shot him, and he running from house to house. He shot. Running on people's porches, running house to house. Nobody want to let you in. You out here doing stuff, and you run into people's porches. You ain't never ran to your house. You running to everybody else's house. You know, but it's just sad. We gotta train. We gotta get a hold to our children. We gotta get a hold to our children, and we have to retrain our children. Grandmamas, you need to get a hold to your kids. And they got kids, they got young kids. Train them, because you're going to be grandparentless. You're going to be saying, I had a grandson named Jimmy. Because Jimmy going to be gone. Because somebody going to take Jimmy out. Or my grandson Jimmy is spending the rest of his life in prison. You know, because it's a lot of stuff going on. People not playing about their property. People not playing about their own families. They not playing no more. They don't care, and they don't care how old your kid is, because your kid is big enough to do this stuff that they have no business doing. I ain't work hard for everything I got for your kid to come take it from me. You know, I don't want to take nobody's kid's life. I don't want to take nobody's life, because I don't want to live with the fact that I took somebody's life. Because I think that would be, even if it's somebody I don't know, don't care nothing about, I still was responsible for that person not being here anymore. And that would bother me in my soul. That would touch my soul, you know, and because I care about people. So to avoid that, I try to keep myself out of positions where people can take something from me, or it's make it easier for them to do it to me. Because people, when they want to do something, they're going to do it either way it goes. So I try to keep myself in a position where it's easy for them not to be able to get me not to get in that position. But we have to watch out and take care of our kids and make sure our kids doing the right things so that we can protect them, so that they can become adults, so they can take care of us when we get old. I had a few more questions here for you, Mr. Scrill. I'm gonna just kind of go over them, because I think we kind of touched bases on them. Like I was like, how do we decide who can and who can't have a gun in the United States? We can't, because I can say that this is a law. For guns, you can't have no gun. You got to be 21 or 18, whatever the age is for the guns. You got to be 18. You can't have no felony. This. You can't have no psychological issues or whatever. Whatever those different things are that you said. I can say that all I want, but if you go down to 53rd Street on the corner and Lil John selling you a gun that he don't stole from somewhere, you know. let alone, I don't even want to get into this part right here. Let alone that I don't heard how people ordering gun kits and putting guns together using 3D printers and making guns.
Or it might be people that's qualified in regards to those standards, but they're not mentally stable to total firearms. So in regards to how do we decide who can and can't have a gun, I just try not to put my faith in firearms no more like I used to. It's more challenging. It makes life more challenging and better, you know, other than living off a mentality that came from somebody else and that's not doing me no good. You know what I'm saying? So can't control who, because I can't never possess legally. I could never possess a firearm based upon a decision I made when I was 16 years old with drugs. Still in these neighborhoods, still trying to have a positive impact now. My life be endangered, but I can't possess a firearm. But I know people without a record like mine, they have firearms, but they're way more reckless with firearms. So I don't know how we decide who can and can't have one. I just make sure I ain't got one so I don't get caught with it. No, but yeah, I don't know how to decide who can and can't have one. I just try to deter people from having one, because decisions people make with a firearm be totally different that they make without one.
And then I was going to say something about Congress. You know, why aren't they preventing the gun violence, and why they're not doing anything to prevent it? But in reality, people do things in such a way. Congress can enact, they can enact 100 million laws to stack up to the ceiling, but nobody's going to follow them if their decision is not to. If their decision is, I'm too young to have a gun, but I'm gonna have a gun anyway because I think I'm bad. I don't care that I'm a felon. I'm gonna carry a gun because I'm gonna carry one because I'm bad.
That's why I say, even with my movement or my messages, I try not to mentally get caught up in trying to change the world, because then I'll be like a rat in the rat race. Meaning, like, I keep in mind that a lot of this stuff is set up for us. So in regards to Congress or the government and things of that nature, what they put out here for us to see in regards to being laws and all that, it's still set up for certain people to get caught in the trap, because prison is a business. So if you try to stop their business, you got some bigger problems coming. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I could do is like try to have an impact on individuals and try to save a life. You know what I mean? Because a lot of this stuff is set up for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it's meant to people to have a gun so they can kill people so they can go to prison. and keep that business going. You know what I'm saying? So
that's so sad.
yeah.
That's sad. Now, to hear you say that and to know that there's truth to that, that's sad.
Yeah, but then that's a feeling and that we got to get away from, because like certain things is for certain things.
Right.
When we talk about this in the government, it ain't about like implementing your feelings, because your feelings gonna get hurt. Once again, you be like in a rat race. When you trying to do positive and productive things out here, it's some other people that we can call rich, wealthy, whatever you want to call them. It's some other people that got a plan against that. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, we fall into the traps. We fall into the traps of being poverty stricken. We fall into the traps of glorifying the stuff that's here to condemn us. They set it out here and we fall for the trap. So we got to hold ourselves accountable. You know, I don't wait on the government to make decisions for my life. I don't wait on laws to be passed for a way of my living. I don't do that. I see what's wrong in my eyes and I try to correct it the best of my ability without getting assassinated. You know, so
that's sad.
It's way deeper than the person with the firearm. You know,
well, you said that assassinated.
I mean, it's because that's what's gonna happen. If I get out here and loudly be talking about stop the violence and all that, and if they find out that I'm genuine with that, and I start having an impact, and they roster for prison, get the going down, are they gonna get rid of me? They're gonna find somebody that look like me to get rid of me to make it seem like a regular homicide. You know what I'm saying? Or some of our people already is condemned in their mind to what a lot of people don't like good stuff. So somebody can, man, you can build a nice park in the hood. You can be doing good stuff in the hood. Somebody gonna come and destroy that park, writing all over it. Like, once again, our people make sense out of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? A party ain't a party unless we getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? If ain't no drinks or drugs at this party, man, people gonna say, man, that party was foul. So once again, accountability. Before we even get to the shooter, it's accountability all around the board. With us, we live here. Because another question is, how you living here and allowing this to happen? How you living here and allowing this to happen? That's the question. Now, I know everybody got an excuse in regards to answer that, but that's the question right there. How you living here and you allow it to happen? You ain't gonna let nobody take your merch. You know what you would do if somebody stole your car. You know all this type of stuff. What would you do if somebody destroying your community, destroying your livelihood? What would you do? Fight fire with fire, or go up against the challenge and find a better way, and then present that better way? You know what I'm saying? Because once again, you cannot adjust nobody else's volume. People say, "Well, I get angry. I only slap people. Well, I get angry. I just litter. I get angry. Your jest is somebody else's jest too. I just blow a nigga brains out because I don't want to be thinking nobody finna kill me. I just take from a nigga because I ain't got it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to me." Everybody justify things in their head. You know what I'm saying? But if we be accountable and think beyond our convenience and be considerate of others and show genuine love, not the love you got for your baby daddy or your baby mama or folks now. I'm talking about genuine, what love really is. You know what I'm saying? You show love and respect. See, a lot of people can get up and say what's going on in the hood and all that, and I can watch. Like, you don't show respect. You don't show consideration. So I know why things going on. Do we really strive for better beyond our convenience? Because we already saying, hey, what if somebody do this to you? What you gonna do? I'm gonna practice what I've been practicing. I hope I don't have to kill a nigga. A lot of people don't say that. They say, man, I'm gonna stay out the way. But if a nigga do this, but if a nigga do that, I'm gonna do this. Well, come on, man. You can't adjust nobody else's volume.
Exactly.
And if you're getting away from, if you're running from the issues, leaving the lions out here in the jungle to act the way they act, man, you can't say nothing.
Not a thing.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's deeper than the nigga with the gun. Trust me. Because there's more people out here killing people without a gun and they don't even know it. They don't value it. On a daily, you can watch people wake up and put a negative post on here. They don't understand who they shoot. Somebody probably feel positive. You done shot down. They don't even like living no more because the world's too negative. You done shot down somebody. But we don't consider it as a killing because we don't live in that. Everybody can't see in your mind. So we don't value that. We value what, man, I don't want nobody to see me looking like this. I don't want nobody to see me. So We got all this whole different mentality in our head. All we worried about is protecting how we look in front of each other. You know what I'm saying? So once again, man, the issue is way deeper than the nigga with the gun. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Totally.
So you just got to work with what you got and play your part. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, it's too many aspects of it. So to try to touch on all of them, we'll be sounding like the choir. We'll be sounding like everybody who's been talking about stop the violence. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to utilize thinking different, because that's what it's going to take. That's what it's been taking for me. And I ain't no saint, none of that. I'm using what I'm learning and just spilling it out. Y'all can listen if y'all want to. Y'all ain't got to. I just pray to keep me from doing a life bit and keep me from killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's way valuable. Long as I ain't killing nobody, long as I ain't going to jail for no guns or thinking negative, man, hey, man, the world is a better place. Trust me.
Exactly. It definitely. So that's one less person we got to worry about.
Ain't no question.
Being out there in the streets.
Yeah.
But I appreciate, even though I've been up close and see how the movement been going, I do appreciate to put the guns down and pick up the hustle movement, because it makes sense and it's a reality. We can all be angry. I can laugh and say I can call a family member for some drama, but I can't call one to help me press a t-shirt.
Oh, my life.
And that's one of my famous lines, and I'm serious about that. But I prefer not to call a family member for no drama, because I love y'all more than the drama that I'm mixed up in. If that's what I put myself in that position. If I put myself in some drama, I'm grown enough to get myself out of the drama. I love my family enough to not want to see none of them hurt or get the flack from something that I called them in and they didn't know what was really going on, and they come in and some jump off, But like I said,
and that's lead by example, because unfortunately, once again, some of our people is trained to believe that if I'm in danger, call on my family. That's how we train. These are trained behaviors.
right.
So a lot of stuff we out here tripping about is trained behaviors. You know what I'm saying? So, one can call on us because they know our history or whatever, but they really thinking they calling for help. And that's not help. You know what I'm saying? So only thing we can do is keep leading by example, not calling on y'all, and not engaging in no drama. You know what I'm saying? We gotta practice love, y'all. Quit picking and choosing who you gonna love on. Because God love us all, and you wouldn't want God to pick and choose who He love on. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you know you're on some medicine.
On my life.
When you know you need her, So yeah, that's about everything that I wanted to cover in here. Now I had a couple more questions I had, but I think just through our conversation, I think we kind of touched on mostly all my questions and everything. And then I was just saying, primary purpose: people buy guns for. How heavy do I want the firearm to be? Just questions you ask yourself about guns and different things like that. Why? I mean, because I'm watching people walk around here. They might as well have just a big ass army machine gun.
Real. Yeah.
Because they got clips.
Yeah.
You don't even see the gun. The gun down in their pants is. Then you got this clip hanging a block away from it. It's too much.
I'm seeing certain clips and guns and certain bullets. I said, man, y'all putting these in humans? Man, all these bullets. And so it's like you said, it's wild and it's scary.
And even if you go to take a class, I'm not saying people, like I said, I ain't against guns. I'm against people who behaviors or mindset change when they got a gun. If you just lay back and cool when you ain't got your gun, be laid back and cool when you have your gun. You ain't got to be quick to jump because you got that gun. Because that gun could change your whole life.
People walk around showing their gun. You in the gas station, you asking for it. You know what I'm saying? You asking for somebody to take that gun.
I was gonna say I don't see people take people's guns from them.
You asking for somebody to take your gun. You asking for somebody mind that wasn't even wanted to be on. Now they mugging because they probably ain't got a gun and they feel intimidated. But now they got to protect their intimidation. Like, you ain't scaring me. So it's all. That's why I just say the gun got a spirit, man. Because And that's taking accountability off the person, which, you know what I'm saying, I usually don't do, but I'm already knowing, man, that gun got a spirit. Because you can see a crowd of people outside and you're across the street. If you got your gun on you, you're going to walk through that crowd, you know, like stuff that could be.
And stepping on people's feet,
you
too.
know what I'm saying? So
stepping on their feet, too. Lord have mercy.
And we can blame it on all kind of stuff, man. Yeah. Until we start holding ourselves accountable. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? I pay attention. I make sure I'm not glorifying. Like I say, I interact with these cats that's active. I make sure I'm not glorifying them living. And I make sure I tell them I love them, not L-U-V. I say L-O-V-E. I let them know, man, you serve a purpose out here, man. I'm talking about active, man, active cats. I'll be like, man, dog, you know, you could be somebody else. Like, you're going to be, dog, just, I try to lean them away, they mindset, and give them, once again, pick up a hustle. Just give them something else to do, man. Once I thought I was going to sell drugs and rob people all my life. It was once upon a time that, right? But as soon as I started selling merchandise, I said, hold on. I had backed myself into a corner just to limit to drugs and robbery. If you want to make money, Scrill, you can sell all kind of stuff. I used to steal cars. So I turned stealing cars into doing the lockouts. Now I got people calling me a lifesaver because I unlock their cars and stuff. So the payment be way more than just finances. You know what I'm saying? It's a fuel that you're doing something right. Once again, a lot of these cats need love and hug. So getting that type of love, knowing that you're doing good, man, that fueled me to keep wanting to do better, man. I don't want to be hated. I want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? But you got to love yourself in order to want to be loved. So it's a lot of dynamics to this thing, y'all. I don't want people thinking that all we got to do is talk to the youngsters, or all we got to do is this and do that. Nah, man, we just got to live.
You got to make an impact on their life. To the point, let them know that they are loved and they're cared about, and that somebody want to see them do good, and be proud of them for the baby steps that they take. If you decide, okay, if you used to steal cars and you stop selling cars, I'm proud of you for that, because you could have died stealing cars. Yeah. You could have gotten in the car and crashed that car. You could have gotten in the car and somebody could have shot you for being in that car. Anything could have happened to you for stealing cars. So if you stop doing that, I'm proud of you for stop doing that behavior. Let them know I'm proud of you because you went to school every day this week. My life. And you was on time. I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? And you might not think that. As an adult, that means a lot to me to hear somebody tell me that they're proud of me, that they love me, that, hey, Pam, you're doing a great job. I hear people tell me, Pam, you do a lot for a lot of people, and I love you. I appreciate that. And that does something for my soul. That does something for my soul. Even when I think I'm not doing good enough, or I'm not doing something that I need to be doing. When somebody tell me that, yeah, hey, that I get my Superwoman chest up. Then that makes me feel good, and I it gives me that strength to. When I said I wasn't gonna get up the next day and do nothing, it makes me get up and do twice as much the next day.
The crazy thing is, a lot of people getting shown fake love for being negative and reckless. You know what I mean? Like, once again, if you got somebody that wasn't calling you, but now they calling you their shooter, that's a symbol of love. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. So you feel what I'm saying though? Like, if ain't nobody paying you no attention, ain't nobody showing you no love, but now you go around knocking niggas out, niggas like, that's the knockout artist. Y'all threw a label on this person. Now he embracing that. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta watch, like, we gotta be able, like you said, you gotta be able to tell people you're proud of them. You gotta acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, show love. These are things that we need to practice. If we talk about how do you stop something or how you stop this, it ain't no typical handbook pamphlet type of way. It's what you seeing in front of you. You getting the problems and the answer in front of you. You don't gotta go look nowhere else. All you gotta do is look at your nephew, look at your little cousin at the birthday party with the gun. Now, why he toting a big gun and you not? Why he feel that it's cool? Because everybody done made it seem like it's cool. He ain't. I'm telling you, it's not just the individual to blame. I mean, it make a lot of people feel better to say, "Hey, man, these people out here doing it." It make you feel better. We all play a part in it, man. We all play a part in it. It's just to know what part do you play in it. So I just try to make sure. Once again, I be in these hills with these active cats, man. I try to make it my business. I don't even care if I'm having a bad day. People like, man, that boy always smiling, because I don't want to impact y'all with no negativity. I don't want to impact y'all with none of this murder I got on my mind. The stuff that I'm tired of people doing. So I pray that God help me in my head with it. but I try to put out here the good. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone none of this ignorant stuff. I don't condone it. And some days I be want to get on the same time that they on. What they say, demon time. I'm talking about what I'm saying is we got people that praise and give attention to stuff that negative stuff that's is for our demise. So those are some of the answers of why. Now, what we're gonna do to change it when we have a party is we in here bumping that ignorant shoot 'em up bass. We, you know what I mean? Because the party ain't a party unless we getting fucked up. So is we gonna lead by example?
Oh man, that's deep.
We gonna lead by example, or we gonna keep condoning it in subliminal ways and then crying about it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't out here talking about murder, kill. Then when one of my people get killed, I'm out here crying.
Right.
I say another one bites the dust. But no, I'm out here trying to deter people from their thinking. I'm trying to deter me from my thinking because I'm affected. Yeah. I'm affected. I know so many people. That's the sad part for me. It ain't just my family or my blood that if I wasn't doing what I was doing, that'll typically hurt me. Throughout my journey, I met so many good people. Now I know these people. So now when somebody else get killed, that affects me. These are people I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, once again, man, it's just about living. As long as we keep living, keep doing what we're doing, and keep living and learning, don't think that we know it all, and know that we play a part in it. Which part you playing in it, though? That's what matters. We're going to be good.
Find you, my thing for everybody right now, I'm just going to say, find you two kids that's in trouble. They ain't got to be bad kids. They can just be going down the wrong path a little bit, whatever. Just find two kids.
Or some adults. Because the kids ain't the only ones messed up.
And give them some positive, because adults too, you're right about the adults. Don't get me wrong. It's for me, I can deal with kids better than I can deal with adults. Some adults. But just find you two people. Find you two human beings.
And I can relate to what you're saying too, because some adults be stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
You can't tell them no wrong. And they think they know it all. And they think everybody or every kid should listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing you lost in the sauce. If you're not having an impact on these people with these certain mentalities, that's your sign that you need to go back to the drawing board.
Exactly.
What you saying to these people ain't working. It don't matter how much it worked for you, your family, whatever worked then. If it ain't working now, don't work with it. Quit being lazy. Be grateful that you got to learn something. That means you living.
Exactly.
But once you think you know it all, ain't no sense of living no more. But nobody knows it all. Trust me. That's why life is the way it is.
Exactly. And that's why I try to bring in a wide variety of conversation and people to talk to, because I might be opinionated at sometimes, but my mind ain't closed where I don't listen to what nobody else has to say. Right. You know what I'm saying? I might think, hey, this is really red, but it might have a burgundy tint in it. Somebody else might show me that burgundy tint in it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to be open-minded to learning something new or trying something new, especially if it can help and affect somebody's life and make it better for them.
Because if we know it all, we'll all be happy. We won't have no issues and none of that. But since we got issues, it's something to be learned. It's something to pick up on. So, you know, and a lot of stuff is uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff may seem like it ain't worth it, or it ain't your problem, all that type of stuff. Long as you're breathing on God's earth, you know what I'm saying? Some work need to be done. So that's how it is.
Exactly. So yeah, just like I said, I challenge everybody to find two human beings, and try to do something to impact their lives, to make their lives better.
I'm gonna go find me two human beings.
There you go. Find your two human. I'm telling you, I'm serious.
I'm serious too.
Yeah, find your two human beings. Everybody subscribe to our YouTube channel. I don't know what my conversation is gonna be next week because I don't plan that far in advance, but I'm working on it.
I got you.
I'm working on it. But even at the last minute, I always get something to share with you guys and something to talk about. So, and I'm trying to improve the podcast. So I'm working on doing. I'm gonna be offering commercial spots for businesses and things like that. Hopefully, soon we'll be having Mr. Scrill, Mike Scrill on the go out there, letting us know what's happening out there. We're gonna have that segment, and then we'll have other different segments here too, because I'm trying to build the podcast in a way that I got something for everybody. So I appreciate everybody that support me, that's here, and just keep showing up. Even if I gotta be a little funny, have y'all laugh a little bit. I don't mind because that's just my personality anyway. But I thank y'all for being here. I thank Mr. Scrill for taking our time in his busy day and getting him out the trenches today. You know what I'm saying? With his nice, awesome, shiny shirt.
If y'all want to help be walking billboards, y'all can come down to Custom Prints and place an order, and I'll get the shirts to y'all, whatever size, color. Just help be a walking billboard without even opening your mouth.
Exactly. And instead of some of the stuff that we do is instead of getting together and just being, let's get together and let's
do some building.
Let's do some building, yeah, in our own communities. 2 human beings. Come on, everybody. Just find you 2 human beings and have a strong impact on them.
I bet you can't find somebody you don't like. I bet you can't do that.
Yeah. Find somebody you don't like.
On the real, that's challenging. That's exercising love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we got to treat people with the same love that we want to be treated to us. We have to put ourselves in the worst.
Because I don't like a lot of y'all out there with no. No mess with y'all.
But no,
I love y'all, man.
Yeah, you just gotta really you gotta challenge yourself for real to make an impact on somebody's life. I mean, it's even better if it's somebody you don't like or somebody that you don't normally want to be bothered with.
That's worth, like, some people go bungee jumping. Some people do a lot of wild stuff. What's worth living is, you know what I'm saying? Take your challenge, a worthy challenge. It ain't gonna hurt nothing, And like I said, I was joking then, but that's something I tell myself. Skrill is easy like your homeboy.
No,
Can you can't no? Yeah, that's why I can't stand no. Right. But yeah, it's easy to like our family and our homies and stuff like that. But can you love somebody who you would typically hate? You know what I'm saying? It's a challenge.
Or just have no earthly meaning to you.
In my life.
That's the way I see it. But yeah.
I really appreciate being on this show because it's about awakening. And that always stick to me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like throughout my life, man, it was one time in my life, I thought I knew it all.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I see her pushing the brand awakening, it just be like, hey, I be getting woke up all the time.
Because you don't just have an impact when something happened. Let's have an impact before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stay woke to it. We know there's violence going on out here with guns. We know kids are around here toting guns. We know people are killing people for no reason, senseless reason. We know innocent people are getting caught up in gun violence. Let's work on stopping it.
Really?
And the change got to come from within. So if you know you want them hot-headed people, they got a gun.
Man. Like Miss Janice had asked, what would I do with my child? Like, I asked that question that came to my head so many times to the point where I just make this my business, man. Like, because I don't want to answer that. I don't want to witness that. I don't want to experience that question. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So much respect to everybody who chime in and ask these questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if she wouldn't have asked that question, it wouldn't have had me thinking like, dang, I don't want to answer that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody, y'all, that just whether it be on the podcast, whether it be face to face, whatever, man, just like minds with like grinds, man. We're gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yep. So 2 people, 2 humans, y'all. Do something with 2 humans. And y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all next week. I'll find a good topic. Find some good hosts.
You gonna find some good who?
Some good hosts.
Oh, I thought she said host. My fault, y'all.
See, always something. But we're gonna wrap this up, and I appreciate everybody. So y'all take it easy. Y'all wake up and stay woke.
And put down them guns and pick you up a hustle. If you ain't got one, hit me up. I might got one for you. Somebody windows dirty, they need to be clean. Somebody grass getting too high, need to be cut. On my life.
My grass, y'all. I need somebody to cut my grass, please.
That ain't for y'all, because I'm gonna pick that hustle up.
Oh, okay. All right, y'all have a good one. All right.
All right, y'all.